Welcome back all. So, there are also extended regular expressions. These are used in egrep, awk, and include some meta characters as well. Sed and awk use regular expressions for transforming files or input-output streams. Let's take a look at this example that I have written out here for you and have a look at what it itself does. Just go ahead and wipe the screen because those are my test runs. Anyway, so we have an error message here, and by this point of time you should know what this error message represents. I have mentioned it before a good amount of times. Down below we have an if statement. Do you know what this if statement does? Just perhaps pause the video, something like that. Think about it. Think about the whole script. It's not that big. Anyway, if no files are passed as arguments to the script, then this will evaluate to true, and it will echo out the proper way to use the script, and it will provide us with the exit status. Else, it will create a for loop. Hey, aren't we missing something here? Aren't we actually supposed to write in and then some sort of a list of arguments, right? Shouldn't we have written this? Yes, but it's not like a mandatory thing. You can omit that in for loop, and that will cause the loop to operate on positional parameters. Namely, the file that we pass to the script will be used here, and it will actually loop through that file. Interesting, I know. Down below, you have sed, and it's written out with all these weird characters, and yeah. The for, you will see how it functions when I run the script, but just take a look at this. Now, the idea of this is to strip the header of the file. I'll show you what a header of the file is in a moment. But the idea, the function of this piece of code is to strip the header. So, what do you think that these stand for? What do you think that these things represent? Well, if you don't know, let's take a look and pick them up one character at a time. Now, -e option, so this one here, it treats the following code as a set of instructions. So 1, /, caret sign, $/D, it deletes from the beginning of input up to the first blank line. /, caret sign, $/D, it deletes all black lines. And that would be the end of the loop and the end of if. And you should, before running this script, you should take into consideration that you do need a file that has some sort of a proper format. So let's go ahead and open up vimwood.txt. Yours name can be different. Just make sure that you have a space in between your first line and the other lines. You don't need really this many spaces. You can have one single space. And let's go ahead and write quit. So hopefully you understand this part. In case you don't, I have already explained sed and awk in the previous tutorials. I have mentioned them, and we have went over some of their features. Entire books have been written about sed and awk, quite literally. You can find them out on the net if you like, but we have went over sed and awk in the previous tutorials. However, now you at least know what this line does. Anyway, what this part does and what this part does. So this one here, it deletes all black lines, and this one here, it deletes from beginning of input up to the first blank line. Let's go ahead and run the script. First save it. And let's go ahead and run the script. And let's not pass anything to it. Enter. It says eUsage, first.sh file. What is $0? The name of the script. Okay, so let's pass a file, wood.txt. Enter. Let me just expand the terminal. It did function properly, just doesn't seem like it did. First of all, let's type in vim with .txt. You see how it looks like. The first line is tralala. All the other lines are test111, test222, test333. And if I run this script and pass this text file as an argument, you see tralala is gone. All the empty lines are gone. And all that I'm left with is the body. Basically, the header is gone. Anyway, we can go ahead and continue with this and state that it should be noted, keep this in mind, please, that bash itself does not recognize regular expressions. Sed, awk, and other commands or utilities will be those that will be able to interpret regular expressions. But what bash does is globbing. That is, it carries out file name expansion. Globbing does not use the standard regular expression set. Instead, it recognizes and expands wildcards. What are wildcards? Well, you have, this is the most known wildcard, and then you, I don't know, you have a question mark and so on, and some other things as well. We've done these things before. And character lists in square brackets. So those are the things that bash itself recognizes, and those are the things that bash itself knows. We will take a look at some examples of how this works and what this is that I've just stated in the follow-up tutorial, as I seem to be running a bit short on time here.